1999, and Medecins Sans Frontières receives the Nobel Peace Prize. For over 30 years, MSF has combined medical assistance with standing up for human rights. MSF was set up in 1971 by a group of French doctors who'd been appalled by the absence of medical and humanitarian aid in the Biafran War. Today, MSF has offices in 18 countries. It's gained a reputation throughout the world for fearlessness and excellence, but also, some would say, of arrogance, of deliberately being a maverick in the aid community. But what motivates the Medecins to give up comfortable and often well-paid occupations to work in areas of conflict and destitution? In our series, Doctors on the Front Line, MSF has allowed our film crews unique access to their missions in Haiti, Sudan, Honduras and Somalia. We'll see how it delivers a lot more than medical aid and find out what makes highly qualified people become humanitarian legionnaires.
Go straight to St. Joseph's Hospital, where treatment is free. If you're wounded by a bullet, a knife or a stick, if you're a victim of a fight, an accident or burns. If you have broken bones, go straight to the St. Joseph's Hospital.
MSF is in Haiti because of Hurricane Jeanne in 2004. As that emergency subsided, it became clear there was a man-made everyday emergency. There was virtually no facility for treating the victims of escalating street violence. By December 2004, MSF had taken over the management of St. Joseph's Hospital to treat the gunshot victims.
It's a gunshot wound again. It's a graze. They were shooting at somebody and the bullet grazed her.
She just happened to be there?
Well, she was walking by. She was just out for a stroll.
Even Haiti's violent past has left 8.5 million Haitians unprepared for what they're experiencing now. Since President Jean-Bertrand Aristide was forced into exile by an uprising and American and French pressure in February 2004, political and gang violence has reached unprecedented heights. A 7,500-strong contingent of UN peacekeeping troops is doing little to prevent an undeclared war raging on the streets. Civilians are caught up in a complex struggle for power between pro- and anti-Aristide gangs, the police force of the interim government and the former military. At first, the fighting was confined to the slums of Port-au-Prince, but today, no part of the city of 2 million is spared. Violence can erupt anywhere. St. Joseph's, the Medecins Sans Frontières hospital, is no exception. Dr. Deborah Jenkins, an American anaesthetist, witnessed a shootout outside the hospital 2 days before.
It's like firecracker, you know, but loud. 2 people died. Yeah. Where that gray truck, where that gray car is, right there, right across the street, is where one of the guys, who was actually a bystander, from what we understand, was shot 3 times.
Dr. Jenkins says she now knows what it's like to live in chronic fear, but she isn't discouraged.
I came here for a very short 3 weeks to fill in a gap, an urgent gap. And so if I didn't have other plans, I would stay. I would stay probably 2 months. After 2 months as an anesthetist or surgeon, it's very difficult to stay longer than that at one time, because what you deal with is so intensive, and you deal with such pain all the time. But otherwise, no, it's a good experience here for me, because I think this kind of work is my mission.
Why are you doing this?
We do this to detect guns, because it's forbidden to enter here with a gun.
Does it happen often?
Yes, every day.
Fear of reprisals is all-pervasive here. Most people don't want to give their names, and they don't want to be recognised. Throughout this film, the faces of those who said they did not want to be recognised are obscured.
He saw a gang of gunmen who asked him what he was doing in the neighbourhood. He told them he'd come to see his mother, so they put him in this position, like this, and they shot him in both hands.
They put his hands on his feet?
Yes.
Did he know these people?
No.
He says he's afraid of that neighbourhood. He says that even if his mother was dying, even if he has to go there, he'll never go back there again. Never.
This patient came to the hospital 3 weeks ago with multiple gunshot wounds. He needs more surgery. He was shot with explosive bullets. In Haiti, the type of bullet used tells you who shot the gun. The police and the UN use high-speed ammunition. The gangs use homemade explosive bullets called Creole, and the civilians use 38 or 45 caliber bullets, what Miriam Goose-Larsen calls the nice ones. Contrary to the popular view, MSF favours local recruitment. Miriam is a Haitian and is now expert in treating gunshot wounds.
Most of the time we see explosive bullets and high-speed bullets. They put fragments of lead in the explosive bullets, or soil, anything they can find which can explode inside the body.
Is it difficult to operate?
Yes, it's difficult to operate. It's difficult, but we must do what we can. Make the best of a bad situation, make it as acceptable as possible. We can't give them a treatment or a total reconstruction that would put things back to normal like before, but we manage to minimise the damage. That's what we do here, minimise the damage.
But then it's war surgery.
Exactly. It's war surgery. It's war surgery. But people are using less and less urban weapons and authorised weapons. They use things that are meant to kill, to hurt and all that. To hurt as much as possible. That's the problem.
Pour tuer, pour faire du mal et tout ça. Donc le plus de mal possible, c'est ça le problème.